The first big mistake that we're finding people make, and it's really the most common mistake, it's pricing your home too high.
Right now, condos are not selling. Inventory is at an all-time high, and buyers, you have just too many choices out there.
The problem is space.
And if your property doesn't stand out, your condo is going to sit on the market for months. But don't worry, I'm about to tell you exactly how you can sell your condo fast and for the highest price in today's very difficult market. By the end of the video, you're gonna walk away with these 3 key things. You're gonna walk away with the 5 biggest reasons that condos aren't selling right now, and how to fix them, of course, pricing and marketing strategies that will work in this flooded market, and how to make your condo stand out, of course, and attract those serious buyers fast. If you're not sure whether it's the right time to sell, hopefully this video can give you all the information you need to make that decision on your end. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. Condo inventory is at an all-time high. Buyers, they have too many options out there and they're just being picky because of it. Price cuts are all over the map. You can find them on every single property that's been out there for more than 30 days, but sellers are still listing their properties too high. The condos that are selling, they look better, they're priced better, and they ultimately stand out more. If your condo is not selling in the first 40 days in today's market, we have something wrong with your listing. But don't worry, hopefully the tips today are gonna help you fix the mistake that has been made. The first big mistake that we're finding people make, and it's really the most common mistake, it's pricing your home too high. I get it. You, me, everybody wants top dollar for their home. This is never a question. Of course, I want the most value for your home, and so do you. But here's the truth. Buyers in today's market, especially on the condo side of things, they have a lot of options, and price is going to be a factor that makes or breaks your potential listing. They're seeing 10 plus condos that could be identical to yours, maybe even in the exact same building. So if you're slightly overpriced, this could be the thing that kills your listing. How do we fix something like this? Well, in today's market, you have to stop actually listing it by looking at the asking prices. Start listing your property based off of the sold prices. That is much more important. What is actually the sale price that is most common in your building for the most similar unit? If condos are in your building or actually sitting there for weeks, adjust the price fast. Make these adjustments. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind with the rest of the inventory that's not selling. Use some psychological pricing techniques to maybe get a couple more viewings than you were hoping to get early on in the process. So what an example like this would be is if you want to list your home at $750,000, list that home at $749,900 to attract more buyers, because psychologically that number is going to look more appealing than $750,000. Ultimately, if you do not price your home competitively for the first 2 weeks on market, you're going to find yourself stuck with the rest when it comes to that average days on market and potentially being there and getting stale. Now, this second mistake is also common, especially from agents that aren't actually working full-time or don't do a ton of business. You're gonna get these bad listing photos. If you have an agent who's taking the pictures with their cell phone, we have a lot to talk about. Agents should be making sure your home is presented at its absolute best. And by taking your cell phone out of your pocket and snapping a picture, that is not what your home deserves. Your home, it is absolutely your biggest investment. And if your agent is not invested in selling your property correctly, then you have a whole another discussion that needs to happen. Think about what needs to be done. You need proper video, proper photography. Sometimes there's no floor plan, so you need those as well. And then you need exposure on a platform like YouTube to make sure you get all the eyes and ears on your property. So what can you actually do to fix this? We know if you have bad photos, you're going to get less people coming out to see your home. There's no question about that. But What are the fixes? We need to fix it by hiring that professional photographer. The iPhone, it does not cut it. Use wider angle lenses, and obviously the photographer that you are going to hire makes a difference as well. Use one who is real estate specific. They know all the angles. They know how to make it look beautiful. Now the next fix is staging your home. Staging your home can make a very, very big difference, especially if you have an empty, vacant property. It's a very difficult thing to walk into an empty property and just envision, what can I put over here? What can I put over here? Instead, give the buyers that blueprint. Show them exactly how this could look in their specific situation. Highlight the key features of your apartment by doing the staging, having the media done correctly, and really gearing your listing towards the specific buyer of your property. Don't advertise it to everybody, so to speak. Advertise it to who you think that ultimate buyer is for your property. If you think it's an investor, advertise to them. If you think it's a first-time home buyer, advertise to them. If you think it's a couple, advertise to them. That way your chances of selling quicker are going to go up exponentially. The third mistake that we generally are seeing out there in today's market is you're not standing out from the rest. As we mentioned earlier, you could have 5, 10, 15 units in your building that are for sale that people might also be looking at when making their decision to buy this condo or that condo. So as a home buyer, you might be thinking, how do I eliminate some of these 15 units that are for sale in this building that I want to see, but it's really not realistic to go and take a look at 15 units. So they're gonna look at things in these listings that turn them off. Maybe there's outdated interiors, maybe the light fixtures aren't nice, maybe the countertops are a little bit older, maybe there's lots of clutter and the space doesn't feel large because of all that clutter. Maybe the lighting, just simple light fixtures, are just not giving off enough light and the pictures are dim and the property doesn't spark that joy that the buyer's looking for. Ultimately, you can fix these things. It's not very difficult. Stage, use the mirrors, open up your space with some bright furniture. You can also upgrade that lighting. Like mentioned earlier, lighting can be a big, big needle mover when it comes to getting your home more visible out there. And make sure your condo is clean. If you're selling your condo and you just had a meal and you have a showing soon, make sure that your condo does not have any additional odor from what you just cooked. Clean it out, freshen it up. Make sure your buyer that comes through that door feels special when they're walking through. Sell your condo. Do not just hope that one of these buyers is satisfied by coming through, but you're actually not trying to sell it on your end by putting all the necessary effort into it. Now, the fourth mistake is my responsibility as the agent, and that is weak marketing. Your property needs to be seen. If your condo is not selling, it's probably because not enough people are seeing it. Especially if you've already done steps 1 through 3 here. Use targeted social media ads to research the buyers that are actively looking to buy a condo. Don't be advertising to families who are looking for more space. That's not going to get your condo sold. List it on every platform possible. Don't just put it on the MLS. Although that's great, put it on Marketplace, put it on Kijiji, put it on these private networks as well, because sometimes a property can easily slip through the cracks. Create the media, do the video, do that walkthrough tour that you'll see on our channel here. You're gonna get a lot more engagement on these videos. We've got clients who reach out to us from our listing tours asking to view the properties or potentially buy a home in that area. So this kind of tour is going to get more exposure on your client's listing. And then lastly, hold the open house. You might not want to, your client might not want that open house necessarily to happen, but open houses are going to get more eyeballs on the home. Even if it's just your local area that's drumming up more interest, that is all that's potentially needed, because maybe your neighbor's cousin, neighbor's friend is interested in moving nearby. Now, the fifth mistake is working with the wrong realtor. This is a big one. Many sellers hire the lazy realtor. They just throw the listing on MLS and say a prayer if that's their thing and hope for the best. Unfortunately, that's not going to get it done, especially in the market that we're in today. Signs that your agent potentially is not doing the job that they should be doing: there's no professional photos, they have not staged the property if it needs it, there's no marketing online beyond that MLS listing, and they're just not doing any adjustments to the listing that might be needed after 3 or 4 weeks. How can we potentially fix working with that wrong agent or these lazy agents? Well, find an agent ahead of time who's actively doing what they should be doing. Check out their social medias, check out their YouTube channel, see how they're advertising the other properties that they've had for sale, and see which one of those agents might work for your specific property. Interview several of them. Make sure you get the right feel for that person. Your listing is sitting on the market for a long time. Maybe it's time for you to actually demand to your agent that we do some type of update with your listing. Don't wait till they take control, because if you're waiting for them, it might be months. Make sure as the seller you understand you want something done, you push it towards the agent as well. And if your agent is not delivering on the promises, then you ultimately might need to switch. You can reach out to them, figure out what that looks like, but it might be something that absolutely needs to be done. Now, if your condo isn't selling, fix these 5 things immediately. You price it competitively, you upgrade your photos and your staging, you market aggressively well beyond that MLS, you make sure your condo stands out from the rest, and you work with the right agent. If you want a strategy that actually works, text me at the number here on screen, book a call with me in the description box down below. And if you're wondering what the best time to sell a home is, watch my full breakdown on that video right now by clicking the video up here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got extreme value if you're looking to sell your condo, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.